Hey guys, Dave Erickson here inside the 2017 Honda HR-V, which comes in 3 trim levels, LX, EX, and EXL with navigation, front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, CVT, or a 6-speed manual transmission. We have the EXL with navigation, all-wheel drive, and the CVT. So those specs are out of the way. Now this vehicle is unchanged for 2017, and last year I did a just arrived video, an off-road review video, and a review video of the 2016. So a lot of what I would say in this video, I've already said. So today we're going to be a little different, do some different interactivity with some of the comments you left below my 2017 Just Arrived video. I'm going to give you some miles per gallon updates, as well as an off-road demo, light duty off-road demoing, so stay tuned for that. I'm gonna give you a quick overview of some of the stats first of all, and then we'll get to some of the comments that you left behind and some of your impressions of this car and what you think of it. But first of all, under the hood is a 1.8 liter 4-cylinder engine mated to either a CVT or 6-speed manual transmission, 141 horses, 127 pound-feet of torque. Yes, not a lot of gusto under the hood and poor acceleration, but what it lacks in power, it makes up in fuel economy. In the front-wheel drive CVT, 28 city, 34 highway, and the all-wheel drive, which we have here, 27 city, 31 highway. Besides that fuel economy, one of my favorite parts about this vehicle is its cargo capability and versatility, and a lot more space than what you would think for a subcompact SUV, CUV like this. First of all, it features those magic seats that we saw in the Honda Fit. So these are awesome, where they just flip up from underneath. You can create more space in the back seats behind the front passenger and driver. Now, if you fold down that cargo room in the back, you get a total of 57 to 58 cubic feet of volume, depends on whether it's all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive, and 23 or 24 cubic feet of volume if you keep the back seats up. I was able to go to a local furniture store, office furniture store, and I bought up a stand-up desk, a electric stand-up desk. When you press a button and it raises, well, I was able to put the entire thing in the back of this vehicle. That's quite impressive. And for seating, they say it seats 5, and you can definitely get 2 full-size adults in the back seats. A third might be a bit of a tight squeeze, but still, it's very capable to get 3 adults in the back. One of my biggest cons is this infotainment system. It comes as a standard 5-inch screen, but with the EX and EXL, you have a 7-inch screen here. I feel like this is a little bit dated, needs some better graphics, and it's just not very attractive for an infotainment system. So I think that would be something that we'd like to see, at least the Everyman driver nation would like to see an upgrade in the near future. On the positive side, with this 7-inch screen for our trim level, great visibility with that backup camera, and this also features Honda Lanewatch. So if you're turning right, then the signal goes on and a camera is activated below the side mirror and shows you what the vision is like on that side. You can also press a button in and just see what's going on over there anyway while you're driving. So a great safety feature is called Honda Lanewatch. Time for a miles per gallon update from earlier this week. Take a look. All right, nation, time for a miles per gallon update. We've put just over 104 miles on the vehicle. We are averaging now 27.2 miles per gallon. It's been a steady mix between highway and city driving. Estimated miles per gallon is 27 city, 32 highway. Honda is looking for a mixed driving number of 29. I will give you another update in about 100 miles. I will give you an update now. So that was the 100-mile marker. I was planning on doing an update at 200 miles, but I was actually on the highway and I was heading somewhere, so I didn't have time to stop and record what my 200 mile per gallon average was at the time. So now I've got 332 miles on it. So my average here, 28.9 for a full week of driving, and I'm basically down to empty. So I've taken a full tank of gas basically at 332 miles. I'm averaging 28.9. So well within the estimations that Honda is making and projecting for their vehicle. So perfect for what the estimation is. Nation, as you may recall, I went off-road in the 2016 Honda HR-V. So today, instead of doing that over again, since the vehicle is basically the same vehicle as last year, let's do some light duty off-roading. And technically this is considered off-road. I know, not a big deal. There's a mud puddle. Yeehaw! So a simple crossover like this, small crossover, can handle some light duty off-roading, obviously. Feeling all the bumps though. Suspension's not fantastic. But how many of you going to be doing anything a lot more serious than this? Probably not a lot of you. So that is my example for today. Just kind of a service road type of dirt path. And now we're back onto the pavement. So that technically was considered off-roading. Maybe not exactly what you were hoping for, but I think it would be redundant to take this back to the ORV park since we did a pretty detailed off-road review in the 2016. So that's what you're getting this time around. All right, now time for some comments and questions and feedback from our first video, our Just Arrived video. And here's what you have said in the comment section below on YouTube. Our first comment comes from ST3ADY, who writes, I love Hondas, but it's just so plain and boring looking. I know you got a point there. There's not a lot of sexiness on the outside. It's a great utility vehicle, and you're buying this one for price and for fuel economy, not necessarily for looks. There are 3 comments here back to back, followed by Eric Xavier's initial comment. He says, this thing needs a 1.5 liter turbo to be real good. Skirmich, SKIRMICH writes, that would bump the price and maintenance cost above its intended price range, which happens to be between $22,000 and $27,000. I think a 2.4 liter would be enough. And then P.O. Vilu says, or just the new 2 liter from this new Civic would be actually better than the 1.8 liter. So some decent feedback and conversation with you guys below the comment section on what you think the engine should be here in this HRV. On the heels of those comments, Thomas Rock wrote, what, a tiny little all-wheel drive CUV with a tiny little engine, no turbo, pathetic power, and a CVT, and it can't crack 30 miles per gallon on the highway? Seriously? That thing should be getting a minimum of 35 miles per gallon highway, even more like 38. Well, it's not going to get that high. We just experienced this last week of getting an average around 29 miles per gallon, and that was mixed driving. So, you know, if you were strictly on highway, you'd probably get real close to 30, but those other numbers aren't going to happen, at least not with this engine. Big Buckarama had a long comment. I'll just read the first half of it. He goes, I want to hate this thing, as I hate most small crossover SUVs, but I find it surprisingly charming, he says. I actually really like the improvements to the interior, with perhaps the sole exception of that long vent in front of the passenger. What the hell? Maybe they were better hidden on the 2016 model. Actually, it's the same car for 2016 as 17. So the 3 vent system you see over here, same on the previous one. Because I sure don't remember them, and I was just in one. Otherwise, the interior looks very well sorted and kind of screams classic Honda to me. He goes on to write more, but it's quite long, so you can take a look at that if you want. Michael Belmont wrote, got the same color of this vehicle 2 weeks ago and he's loving it. The color of this one is Deep Ocean Pearl. So congratulations, Michael, on your new purchase. The rivals in competition for the HRV include the Mazda CX-3, Fiat 500X, and the Jeep Renegade. That's a tough list, isn't it? Jeep Renegade, CX-3, and Fiat 500X. I was really surprised to see this comment from Flowerhorn. Flowerhorn wrote, I want this car, but I don't have the money. Hopefully I'll win the lottery soon, followed by a bunch of ha-ha-has. You know, economically, this is a really good car. I mean, it starts off around $22,000 in the low numbers there and tops out around $27,000. For a Honda and something of this size and capability with the versatility with the Magic seat and the cargo, 22 grand, not too bad. I don't think you need to win the lottery. You'll be okay. XSoul 1000 writes here, you missed the booyah. Cheers, Dave. Sometimes, more often than not, I do say the word booyah during the introductions of my Just Arrived videos, so I didn't say that this time. XSoul 1000, booyah! Here's a great one from Catselview, and I changed my camera angle just for this comment. With the back seat headrest up, it doesn't look like you can see out the back window. Well, now you can see here, the headrests are down. So you do have some visibility there. It's not bad, right? Let me change it and pop those headrests up, and you tell me what you think. It'll be obvious once you see it. Watch. Big difference, huh? I think you would want to have those down. But if you have passengers back there, you're going to have the same issues with visibility. So, I don't know, just don't drive with passengers or use the Lanewatch. So you do have some options to look around you. But yeah, that's definitely an issue when those are up, or if you have passengers back there. But when you have passengers back there, you're going to come across the same issues regardless if the headrests are up or not. Big thanks to everyone who left comments below my Just Arrived video. I have a lot of fun doing that with you and answering your questions, giving you some feedback, and I love the conversations you're continuing below my videos. So thanks so much, and I hope you like this style where, in this case, the vehicle had no updates for the following year. So I'm giving you a different take on some things and give you some real world numbers as I revisit these models, even though they're basically carryover. So thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate you subscribing. Drive safe. We'll see you next time. Adios.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.